Okay. We are recording. Everything is now fair game for the cold open.
I know that you can be overwhelmed and you can be underwhelmed, but can you ever just be whelmed?
Yes, absolutely.
I think you can in Europe.
Kara, and for our other followers, I guess, if you've been under a rock,
Like Kara.
that is a quote from 10 Things I Hate About You, one of the best rom-coms literally ever made.
Yeah.
I've heard the quote, but what's the Europe thing? Is that part of it?
That's her reply.
Yeah.
Two friends talking to each other.
Are they in Europe? Is that relevant?
No.
But
Okay.
I am going to start incorporating that. Anytime somebody says, can I'm going to try and start saying, I think you can in Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was here for that because I'd be pissed in a month if I didn't understand what you were saying and then you made fun of me.
You probably still won't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Solid bet. Yeah. Wait a minute.
I still love saying I'm whelmed when people ask me,
Yeah.
how does that make me feel? Whelmed, man.
I'm whelmed.
Could take it or leave it.
Welcome to My Top Everything. I'm Marion.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Mara.
And we're three best friends who like to argue about anything and everything. And that never gets us in trouble with each other.
Nope.
It's always cool. Hey! And today, this evening, whenever you're listening to this, we're going to be discussing the top 3 things that irrationally overwhelm us. I had trouble with this because I was trying to think of something that was irrational that overwhelmed me. But I learned about myself during this. Is that I'm
sorry,
a pretty
stop.
Thank you.
The topic is top three irrational things that overwhelm me.
Yes.
That's
Correct.
what I said.
No.
What did I say?
That's a different topic.
Top 3 things.
You said top 3
That
irrational
irrational.
things. Or no. You said top 3 irrational.
Overwhelming.
Top 3 things that irrationally overwhelm me is what you said.
Top 3 irrational. Either way, top
Nope.
3 irrational things
That would have changed my That would have changed my list.
overwhelm me. Is the part with the irrational? I was like, I am
Rational.
unflappable. I am
Yeah.
anything that
Never
overwhelms
wrong.
me. Everything that overwhelms me, like math, rational.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally. Yes.
What? That's real.
It's a joke, right?
Yeah.
No math.
Irrational numbers.
Uh,
You're not making a math joke right now, dude? What?
No, I'm talking about like anything.
Glad that I called that out.
Anything that you
Loved
need to
it.
look up a formula for.
Yeah.
Or like anything other that's non-phone calculator.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people hate math, so I was like, well, that one's not really that interesting because a lot
Yeah.
of people are overwhelmed by math.
Yes.
And so that was what was hard with me is I could only think of things that I think are very in the zeitgeist of things that
Correct.
overwhelm you.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about itchy things and I was like, nah, everybody gets overwhelmed by itchy wool. That wouldn't count.
What do you mean it wouldn't count?
That one could count. There are some psychos out there that like the feel of raw wool.
Oh my God. I literally
they're
cannot focus.
they're also like, physicists who do a lot of math.
Yeah.
There's a correlation between, I think the people, I imagine them all in a little bucket, the people who don't get overwhelmed by normally rational things to get overwhelmed by, and they do all of them. They wear the wool sweaters. They do all the hardcore math. They like it. They get off to it. They're coming to it.
Ew.
Dude, stop.
Oh,
Listen.
Pythagorean theorem.
Nah. But a graph
squared,
though?
B squared, equals C squared.
Come. Equals come.
Equals come.
Yeah.
Squared.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. What are you going to say?
I mean, when I get to trend the data or make a good graph,
Oh yeah. That's satisfying.
it is satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't think I've experienced that.
You make a lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, but I also I almost put Excel down as well as
Yeah.
something that overwhelms
That
me.
wouldn't count, I
Yeah.
think.
But no, I don't think that's irrational. I think that's a totally normal thing that overwhelms a lot of people.
But the way you react to it is a little bit.
like I want to break a keyboard
Yeah.
every time it
Are you
happens.
talking about Excel or Google
Sheets.
Sheets?
Both, but
Okay.
mostly Excel.
Yeah.
Google Sheets is better. I try to use Google Sheets when I can, but Excel, if we keep to the simple stuff, equals some parentheses, blah, blah, blah. Sure.
Yeah.
We get to a pivot table and I am screaming.
V lookup the other day.
V
Lost
lookup? I couldn't do it. I just
V like
don't
Velociraptor.
ask. Don't ask.
What the fuck is VLOOKUP?
Apparently, according to my former coworker, it's simple.
I've used it before.
You can-
but I couldn't help.
Exactly. What is that about Excel? You can use a thing and still not know how to do it or help someone else do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't think that's irrational. I think most people, unless they've taken an Excel course, like, for a year, kind of hate Excel.
I think this is going to be a good one for us to argue at the end because I feel like you're going to have a lot of opinions about our lists.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like Excel. I think it's really useful.
I love
and
Excel.
You can
Organization,
do,
color coding.
Fine, then that's my
Yeah.
number 3, Excel.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, you just told me it's irrational. So it
Yeah,
counts.
no, that could be your number 3.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, Marion started it off.
Yeah. It's Excel. All right, so that's my number 3, Excel. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Okay, this one is in memoriam of today. I was walking in the door with like 4 bags, and the dog was really excited to see me. And I walked in, and Grayson and Marion were doing a bunch of stuff in the dining room. Marion said, "Grayson broke his toes." And I was like, "What?" And I was trying to deal with Bandy and the bags, and Grayson was telling a story, and I was like, "I can't." And then I asked a question because I was like half listening to the story, and then I got really overwhelmed. So what I learned today, and I have experienced this many times, is if I'm walking in the door with like a bunch of stuff, I can't have people asking me questions or telling stories. I was
Wow.
really overwhelmed.
It takes all the thought process, man.
It was just a lot to be like trying to focus on other things and then try to like respectfully pay attention to Grayson breaking his toes, and I couldn't. And
Did you break your toes?
I may have. I don't know yet.
This is your way of squeezing in, telling me not to tell you things when you come home.
just like
on
wait
the podcast.
30 seconds
I did wait 30
No.
seconds. Yeah, Kara,
No.
I was upstairs.
arguing about anything and everything.
Yes, you came in. You put your bags down.
No,
you were
my bags
petting
were
the
still
doggy.
on.
You had one bag on.
My bags were still on, and I was petting the dog.
I was upstairs. I wasn't even downstairs. When I came down, that's when I told you. It was at least 30 seconds.
I still had the bags on my body.
Maybe just own up that the question was kind of weird. Maybe just own up to the question being weird.
What question?
Yeah,
What
she
question?
She won't say the question.
I was trying to
on trial.
I listened to 50% of the words. So I
Yeah.
asked a clarifying question, which was apparently rude. I said
You said, "Are you
sh-
you think that the bike rack hit you?"
yeah, because I was trying to fucking follow. I was asking a clarifying question.
Yeah. I wish I could. But I totally understand, like, because 2 trips is for pussies. first
Exactly.
off. So everything's coming in with 1. But yeah, oh my God.
And I had like a cupcake thing that was on its side, which was tipping the food that could have leaked out of the Tupperware. So I was trying to make sure that the bag was still oriented the correct way.
Yeah.
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 I'm there with you.
Thank you.
I agree that this is irrational and it's gonna go pretty high on the list.
Wow. I can't wait to hear your number 1, Kara. Oh, okay.
I do. Yeah, I think, yeah. I'm excited for it.
Well, I took the literal meaning of irrational to lacking normal mental clarity. And my number 3 is social anxiety when I'm hanging out with people that I've been friends with for a long time. Like those negative cyclical thoughts.
Yeah.
So,
I love a definition. I
yeah.
love bringing in the definition. Yeah, I
'Cause
do that all the time.
To me, everything that makes me, like, if it's making me overwhelmed, it's not irrational.
Right.
It's having an effect on me.
Yeah.
So this question I found hard.
But it's inconsistent. With the people, it's inconsistent. And that's what is irrational to me, or what's overwhelming is like, why am I feeling this way when I hang out with these people 7 times a week? But the 3 of these days, I'm feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that one's irrational. I might have might have focused a little too much on the word irrational, but you guys will be the judge of that.
I think I agree with you in the sense of I found it really hard to find like what does this mean to be irrational? Because usually if I'm overwhelmed, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's not just
Random.
yeah. But I can't relate to either of these. So
Okay, Kara, that means we're winning.
I'm like
Yeah, good job.
introvert problems or something. I don't know. I've never been like, oh, there are too many people talking to me
All the time.
Can I say my number 2?
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip you.
Segue.
Segue.
That's messed up.
My number 2 is being the center of attention and having multiple people ask me the same question.
This is real recency bias.
This is real recency bias. We were doing wedding dress trials recently, and there were 9 people looking at me, which wasn't necessarily a problem, but there was people talking, maybe not even to me, I have no idea, but talking at me, and then also multiple people asking questions at the same time. And I was like, I fucking can't do this. And I was like, this is my nightmare.
I laughed at one point because your face in the mirror, and then there were like 4 or 5 people different talking at once, and I was like, this is like Kara's hell. I'm just like all the, it's like your inner dialogues, but like 4 or 5 people all at once, and you're like trying to pick a voice out of it.
Pick a stream, like I can't.
I was overwhelmed and I wasn't even you that day. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking at the same time.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then at one point, the like dress person made a quiet, she like looked me in the eyes and she made a very quiet comment to me. And then I was able to just focus on her. And afterwards I was like, thank you. And she said, I could tell. She was like, you were losing it. And I was like, I really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We needed to have like little cards or something, like a panel where you could raise your card and take questions. Kind of like wedding trials should be like press secretaries where you have somebody
you call on
there,
someone.
to say,
Hey, that was a stupid question. You should be embarrassed.
or be
for
like,
asking
yes,
that.
you in the front. What would you like to say? Hi, mother of the groom. I'm here today. I'd like to ask what you think about that skirt cut. Leslie, by the way, Grayson did not talk at all.
No.
So she was very respectful about just kind of like sitting there and saying, that's nice.
Yeah.
I heard her sometimes.
She was also probably overwhelmed. Shout out, Mom.
Yeah, probably. But the only comments that she made were about sparkles, which is exactly what Leslie would call it.
What'd she say?
Either lack of sparkles or sparkles, and how I like or dislike that. That was what she like. Some people commented on the cut. Some people wrote the tool. She was sparkles.
Yeah.
Does
If you
she
want
like
to-
sparkles?
Like
She
the detail.
loves sparkles.
She's a bedazzler.
She
Oh.
everything she owns, keychains, mugs, shoes, everything she owns has sparkles.
If you want that wedding dress sparkly, she will bedazzle it.
Oh, I know she would. She
haven't witnessed
and I
that.
know that we have different opinions on that though.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let her bedazzle the veil.
Okay, but just think about it.
Respectfully, no.
I'm going to have her bedazzle my tie. All of the ties. We're going to be rhinestone cowboys walking down the aisle.
Can she bedazzle the bridesmaid's shoes?
She should definitely bedazzle your tie. I'm not joking. That's amazing. Kara's, it's not just your wedding.
It is.
He broke his toes today.
Well,
For you.
undetermined. We don't know. Toes will mend. Whatever.
Did you say at any point, I'm sorry that you have pain? Because that always got me with, wait, maybe I shouldn't say this on the podcast. But
Yes. When I collected my thoughts, I said, "Can we start this interaction over, please?"
Gotcha.
And then we had the conversation again.
That's
Kristen said,
good.
"Hello."
Yeah.
That's
A reset. Especially if
like-
like 2 people are talking to me at the same time. I'm like,
It happens to me at work all the
Yes.
goddamn time. It happened literally like 3 times today. And I was also on the phone at one point. Oh, this happened. Okay, so I was on the phone, but with my little ear pods that nobody could see.
Yeah.
And my hair was down, so you really couldn't see them. And I tried to walk into my boss's office, who wasn't there today, but he was there. And I like walked in and I was like, and then I like walked out and he was trying to talk to me and the person in my phone was talking to me and I was like, I can't talk. I don't. And then I was like pointing to my ear and he was like, oh, okay. And then like ran away. And I was like, fuck, I hate this.
yeah, I hate when my coworkers interrupt my phone calls that I'm having at work. Yours might have been work related, but mine
was
usually
not.
aren't.
It was
Okay,
about my
great.
dirt
I hate it
delivery.
when your coworkers interrupt our phone calls too. It's like, stop asking about work. We're busy over here.
Fuck off. Figure it out yourself.
Yeah. I don't care about your wrong injection pole.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the injection.
It's not bad.
The injection error.
Yeah.
Yes, who was listening on the 4-hour car ride?
Marion.
Oh yeah. 1.3.
In case you guys really needed the answer to that guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that what I've learned about myself is that if I get hurt, it doesn't matter if it's the person's fault at all or anything. I need somebody to say, I'm sorry you're hurt, or else I would, because I've had people in the past like start investigating. They become little PIs, little private investigators. You know what I'm talking about? Where they're like, where were you at 8:42 p.m. when you stubbed your toe on the thing? And I'm like, I need somebody to just say, I'm so sorry, my little princess. Come here. Let me shower you with boo-boo kisses. And yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I feel that. It doesn't matter what I was doing at the time, where I was, the circumstances. I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing it in public to strangers. I bump my funny bone.
Yeah.
In the cereal aisle, I turn to the person. I say, "I bumped my funny bone."
I would love to watch that happen. I want to be on the end cap, like picking
you
mayonnaise, and then watch that whole situation
Can
go
you
down.
say I'm sorry that I hurt my funny bone?
Secondhand embarrassment would never be higher for me.
Write that down. I don't love it, but it's content.
We should try it just as a social experiment. I wouldn't use the baby vice, obviously.
Okay.
Well,
But
that was part of it.
I would maybe at the I bet here's what I would bet.
Ooh.
At co-op,
Crunchy bitches.
somebody would apologize if I said, "Oh, if I said, "Owie, I hurt myself," and I looked somebody in the eye and I said, "I just hurt my funny bone," and they'll go, "I'm sorry." Now, if we went to Cub, I think the person would just make eye contact, stare at me, and then walk away. What do you think would happen at Aldi?
Oh, I had like 3. I went to Aldi today and I had at least 3 conversations with people just in the store.
That it's true. There was that one time we were there and that
So-
lady was asking us about a crate for her dog.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, we're both cat people. I don't know. That
Yeah.
was like big enough. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that aisle really brings people together.
So you think that somebody would kiss it
No.
if I asked?
I don't think a stranger ever is going to kiss your boo-boo.
No.
Maybe a mother.
Yeah.
A mother with a small child that actively does that day to day. It would feel natural. But like somebody that, even if they're a mom, but their kid's like 16, no.
You know what? I bet at Aldi I could get somebody to kind of
Rub it.
rub the spot.
Or like they kiss
soothingly.
their hand, they kiss your
I don't
boo-boo.
think. I think you're right that kissing is a bridge too far, but I bet I could get somebody to rub it. I did on my travels. I had a lot of moms who would do, pick me up, almost like hitchhiking and take me places. So, one time in the UK, I needed groceries, and we were walking like 2 miles back, me and my new flatmate. And we just hadn't realized how much stuff I'd gotten. And it was so heavy. And we were walking. And then this lady stopped by in her minivan. And she's like, where are you going? Are you going to the university? Do you want to ride? It was her birthday. It was her birthday. Yeah.
Nice.
We
And
gave
she was
her
the
a
mom?
chocolate bar. Yeah. She was picking up her kid
always the
from
moms.
practice. But I just think, there's been a lot of moms. So I think if I found an Aldi mom, she would touch it.
I think people identify me as the Aldi mom based on how many interactions I get into at the grocery store.
Do you carry Band-Aids in your purse?
Yeah.
Okay, you're the Aldi mom. You're the Aldi mom, definitely.
Do you think someone would give me a Band-Aid
Yes.
just as
Yes.
a cure
At
it?
Aldi, you're getting a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
At Aldi, I'm getting some type of physical exchange, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it's a Band-Aid or whatever.
Like a pat on the shoulder.
Cub, I think I'm just getting, the person's walking away.
They're ignoring you.
Yeah, they're
They
not
didn't hear
making
you.
eye contact.
Yeah, they're either ignoring you or they've just clocked you as weakened. So they can rob you in the parking lot.
And then, what do we think about Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's.
If I got a cashier might
No. We have to be consistent. It's a patron for all of them.
Yeah.
just a patron, no workers. So
Study design here.
at Trader Joe's, what do we think?
I think anything before 10 a.m. in the morning, they're going to be helpful.
Yes.
Anything after 10 a.m.,
Yeah.
every man for himself.
You don't think the
agree.
person will do anything?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I agree. I think that Jesus. I don't know if fine with if somebody walked up to me and said I hit my funny bone. I think I'd be like,
What if you-
okay.
what if you-
if it was a cut and they needed a Band-Aid, that's a whole different environment.
So I got to cut myself.
Yeah.
No, what
you
if
gotta be bleeding.
What if you were in the aisle when it happened? Like I hit it and I go, ow. You'd say something? I bet I'd get somebody to react in Trader Joe's.
If like something fell too, like if there was an
Yeah.
attention drawing and you're like, oh my God, I just hit my funny bone.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. They have to witness the accident. I
Okay.
can't just go up to somebody.
That's what I've been
That's
picturing this whole
what
time.
I've been picturing too.
No. I have to do it at least in their peripheral vision.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously.
I
Just
think
like
that-
how in real life, like
Let's get some fake blood, like beet juice or
Yes.
something. And then you quote unquote, like, you rub the side of the metal part a little too hard.
I don't need beet juice. I don't need beet juice for this. I can do this straight up stubbing.
Do you have your tetanus shot?
Stubby wubby. What?
Do you have your tetanus shot? This is serious.
Why do I need my tetanus shot?
If we're cutting you,
We're not
Yeah.
cutting me.
there was blood. We said blood.
Okay,
Yeah.
put this on the list of updates. We'll come back. I'll do the experiment. I've got so much time on my hands.
I would love to be there for all of them, but not
Gotta, like, video
other side of the
them.
store situation. I want to witness it. Oh yeah, I'll take a video.
Somebody has to witness it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
You won't be able to handle it.
No.
This is like
it'll be bad.
in psych class, my group with Mr. We're gonna
I don't know if you can.
not Mr. Is that his name? Well,
In
bleep
psych
it.
class.
Bleep it, bleep it, bleep it. Also bleep co-op. when
Yeah,
said
I was thinking that
earlier.
too.
Okay. The co-op. You could leave the co-op part in. Anyway, where was I? Oh, we had to do an experiment, like social experiments. And I remember my group, we went and we would fall down in public places, and we did it with women and with men, well, boys and girls.
Yeah.
To see if people reacted differently. And like I was almost always helped up. Like I would drop, like we would be in the Barnes and Noble and I would drop books or whatever. And then that was not the case with the boys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. People will like see a guy fall and be like, whatever. So I think I got something going on.
Yeah.
Here.
I did. I watched a guy wipe out on a bike one time. I was in my car, but I laughed.
And you just kept driving.
Yeah. He got up. Nothing. It wasn't like Grayson who broke his toes earlier today.
Yeah.
Who are you? I don't even know any of the story.
He broke his toes. He's not sure if it was the bike rack or not.
I think I have a job I'm supposed to do here. Where are we at? Who
Thank
went?
you. Marion, was that your number 2?
What?
What's your number 2?
My number 2.
We got real stuff. I was just about to bring
Good
it
job,
back.
good
Thanks,
job.
Renee.
Yeah. My number 2, but we're going to keep all that in. My number 2 is also recency bias.
Uh-huh.
Taking care of plants. I truly am. It's an irrational thing that I am overwhelmed by. We hate it.
Wow, that's crazy because you had so many plants in COVID.
Yeah.
You had to leave your roommate like this huge list of how to take care of each plant.
Yeah, because that was my version of sourdough starter. I was like, let me just collect things that need me every day so that way there's purpose to life.
Will to live.
Yeah, like, different. Yeah.
I mean, if you get enough plants,
Yeah.
something needs something from you every day.
It's
tactic
it's
is-
LA, and so like
hot.
the environment's different,
Yeah.
and some things need water all the. And most of that was that one of the roommates left during COVID, and she left me her fucking plants. She left me her rose bush and her lemon tree.
Not a male and a female ginkgo or like
What?
She left me her fucking plant.
That's funny.
I couldn't think of other male and female. Yeah.
That's good.
Thanks. Yeah.
So anyway, I think I just get stressed about the fact that like plants die.
Yeah.
Even if you take good care of them, some plants don't live 20 years. Sometimes they only live 3 years or whatever. And I feel like I'm failing them. I feel like I'm actively killing them. The idea of a garden wigs me out. There's so many things depending on you. I don't need that many things depending on me. And I don't need to feel so bad when it doesn't work out. And then also each of them, if something's not going well, great. a mystery I have to solve. Great. Like a mystery was something that can't talk, can't tell me anything. Can't say I got an owie, stubbed my toe, so I could go, I'm so sorry. No, it's just like sitting there browning or wilting or burning or whatever. And now I have to spend some of my precious brain power trying to figure out what's going wrong with this plant.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
Yep.
I guess.
I have the opposite. Just kidding. Of all this, I specifically. So I've been doing seed starts.
Yeah.
And so I've been planting seeds in little bits of soil and then growing bigger seedlings, and then you have to cull them, or like you have to choose which ones are the strongest.
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder.
Put 2 or 3 seeds per
Resources.
Yeah. So you choose one and then you let it keep growing. So the first time that I cut the peppers, Marion like lost it.
She invited me down. She said, oh, do you want to help me give the onions a haircut? I said, that's cute. Sure. We gave the onions a haircut. No problem.
Yeah.
We get to the peppers and she says, okay, now I brought all these peppers into this world. I'm their god. I've literally
didn't say any of that.
created them.
I said we have to choose the strongest.
And
and
I've intentionally planted in each little section 3 to 4 pepper plants.
Just because I get a sick sort of satisfaction when I get to call things.
And now the crime. I'm putting these pepper plants on trial for 0.2 seconds. I'm scanning 3 of them. Doesn't matter that they might all be healthy, the same height, whatever. And I'm killing 2 of them.
Well, because they all 3 won't be healthy in the same height. if you let them
Exactly.
continue.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that got me is like you could have 3 really robust pepper seedlings.
Yeah.
And then a square where nothing happened.
Yeah.
Or a square where there's one really sad one. And now these 2 jabronis are getting cut. Their lives ended so early. They've just begun to experience life. And they're getting cut because they happen to be in the wrong pod. Because that other sickly ass, little ass, Tiny Tim over there. That's not okay. I started we're going to have to bleep that.
No,
Bleep it.
we're keeping that in.
No.
Yeah,
no.
You're cool saving the strong ones.
have
You're
to-
just not cool saving the weak ones.
No.
Evidence.
I want
Yeah.
all of them. I want all of them to live. Don't get me wrong. I have a vendetta where, like, next year I want to just see what happens and see if I could make more than you with them.
Okay.
But it's so much work. It's so
You won't.
much
That's
work.
the thing is you'll do the thing. I'll be like, I'm going to plant my seedlings. And you'll be like, great. And then you'll come and you'll put the seeds in the pod and then you'll fucking forget about them. And they'll all die. And so I will win.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, and so it's just these things are healthy, and we're cutting them off, and their only crime is that they were in the wrong square. If they were in that square alone where nothing grew, they'd be fine. That's not okay. That's not okay.
Even
It did send me into a bit of a spiral.
Did it?
Yeah. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to have the satisfaction, but I'm over it now.
Yeah.
It hurt a little. Yeah.
It hurt me.
Do you guys eat vegetables?
Yeah, but I don't create vegetables and then take them out.
This is why I think everybody that eats meat should have to kill an animal first.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is my theory.
That it would probably
Theory? My belief.
your belief. Yeah, I think you're probably right. It was just crazy to watch. Like, you're a god to these beings, these plants.
yeah, but if Kara
take them
didn't
out.
call them, nature would have.
Yeah. Also, the seedlings never would have sprouted if I hadn't, I
Yeah.
gave them a little bit of life.
Also, even if you remembered to look at them, my money's still on Kara.
Thank you.
The nature.
I have to show you my seeds later.
Okay.
Put it in the updates. I'm gonna make some seedlings next year.
No, I can't do it. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that it did send me. I'm serious that I was a little traumatized.
It's because the conversation led to what is a sentient being.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then we watched
Right.
the plant video on it.
And it really,
Okay.
And then I almost made Kara never eat again. Just kidding.
Anyway.
moving on.
You decided they're not sentient.
No.
Sorry.
That was just my argument.
Yeah.
Cut. My number 2 irrational thing that overwhelms me is when I'm forced to sit still. Like right now, this is fucking torture. Whether that be meetings or dinner or car trips or random events. My brother's graduation last weekend. My mom was like, "Are you okay? Is it me?" And I was like, "No, it's me." And I just start and to the point where when I'm out, I just start standing and stretching, and the people at work make fun of me because my foot is often on my tall chair, sometimes on the bench top. I'm fucking stretching all the time.
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't.
Have you ever knit during a meeting? I really feel like you'd give that energy.
I can't do that. There's no way I could do that in this professional environment.
I met somebody the other day that was knitting during a meeting, and I was like, I love the energy that you're bringing, that you don't give a fuck that these other people are like, huh. But then they get over it. Immediately they see that she's paying attention and she's knitting, and then they moved on. Yeah. I want to do that. I want to be that person. I want to have that bravery.
I feel like you have the right work environment for that. I think a lab's a little harder.
Yeah.
Culture-wise.
But like big meetings where there's just like a ton of people and they're just doing presentations where they're like, here's the monthly statistical update of our income.
It would be better than looking at my phone.
Yeah,
So,
right?
yeah, I need a fidget toy for work. I don't have any.
You don't have any? Okay, don't.
I mean, there's a
leave that
ton
there.
of stuff at work.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
You know, when I worked for Thrivent, they would bring Play-Doh and pipe cleaners to meetings.
yeah.
So people would just be sitting there playing with the Play-Doh and pipe cleaners because science says you absorb more. 'Cause
Yeah.
you actually pay more attention in the meeting if you have something to do with your hands.
Yeah. I mean, I've made like random origami hats for around the lab. Sometimes we do cursed art.
What the heck is cursed art?
Well, one time we took a little vial and then we each cut some of our hair off and then we put it in the lid and then we made the vial out of face.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I like that.
It's so cute.
Do you have a picture of that
Yeah, probably.
for the?
Yeah. Yes. That I'll dig for.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we need to post the fly. Did we?
No,
post
I
the
did.
fly?
I think I posted the dead fly. I picked up the puzzle the other day. I had this Halloween puzzle that's been out since October of 2021.
Oh,
2022.
At work.
Yeah. When did Flynn go missing? When did Flynn go missing?
When was
2023.
when was
Okay,
23?
October 2023. It's been sitting out. Flynn is my cat who ran away from me.
I like to think that he was abducted by somebody who keeps cats in their basement, kind of like people.
I know. I'd rather
No,
have
in,
him
like, kind of a
dead than
cute
in the
way.
basement.
Like in a
No.
way where he's
There's no lights. Are there
Happy.
windows down there?
yeah, cellar window.
No. I'd rather
that's
him
what he
dead.
escaped from.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it.
He didn't always. No. He had a full ass window. A cellar window's like a baby.
Yeah, so that's even less.
Exactly. I said I'd rather him be dead, but
But Marion made him tortured.
No. I like
It's
to
okay to
think
torture
he's
Flynn, but
having
not the
fun.
seedlings.
He's
Okay.
having fun.
yeah.
He got abducted. In my mind, he got abducted by one of those crazy people. Like I was gonna say PETA, but that's
Yeah.
it always
Bringing it
comes
back.
to PETA. An evangelista came and they found that's a Pose reference for whoever watches Pose. But
No, couldn't be me.
Not you anymore.
I believe they found him and they're like, I can give you a good life, kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can he not be in a basement? Can he just
Sure.
be in a house?
He's in a house.
Thank you.
It's just funny because I thought that Mara's kind of talking about it, like how you talk about like a 20-year-old crime missing person, like when they go missing, when they die, you know?
Yeah. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awful.
Yeah.
He might emerge from the basement one day, you guys.
Oh, but the point of that was
Oh, right.
that
I'm
I've
on-
had that puzzle out since October 2023.
Right.
And so I picked the puzzle up, but I didn't pick the fly up when I picked the 1,000-piece puzzle up.
Oh my God.
It's still there. I'm going to start another puzzle.
I'm on one today, huh? Diversion wise.
Oh yeah, your
Yeah.
ADHD is on high today.
Well, I didn't take my meds today.
There's two of them. No wonder.
Well, it's usually, dear listeners.
That was my I don't take my meds shimmy.
Ew.
Dear listener.
The meds are never in the the ADHD meds are never in the room at this time of night.
Okay.
Let's go to our sponsors.
Okay. Doot, doot.
Ba-da-da-da-da. The look of fear on Kara's face as we try to figure out sponsors. I'll say number 3 sponsor is whatever website or information has gotten to people. That's right, dear listener. People are emailing us, and that's crazy, right? That's like
No, that was it's wild to have somebody that we don't know directly use our inbox.
yeah. That's the first time second time
second,
after
yeah.
PETA. So I can say that one because that one's a fact.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to. I want to The urge for me to squeeze in PETA into a tag every time we do an episode is crazy as a keyword. I want them to have to listen to every episode waiting for the PETA mention, and there isn't one.
This one there was, though, so do it.
Yeah. I love that idea that the police office, what do they call it? The media officers at PETA
FCC? Oh.
No, they're called media officers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, our inbox is one of our sponsors today. Our second one is
Mental illness or
Exposure therapy.
oh, how about both? Mental illness, the cause,
Yeah.
and exposure therapy, the
therapy.
Solution.
result. Yeah, solution's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang, motherfuckers.
Well, if you want to sponsor us or contact us, reach out to us. We love it. Go ahead and email us at mytopeverythingpodcast@gmail.com or reach out over Instagram. Slide into Mara's DMs.
Do it for me, DM daddy.
All right, time for our
Nice timing.
Thank you.
number ones. Did you want to usurp me again?
I could. My number one.
I love it. The ADHD is on.
My number one is actually about ADHD. It's choice paralysis. Like when I'm so overwhelmed by so many things and then like
Like you have to decide how to say a word like paralysis or
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That could be an example. I'm mostly talking about like when I'm trying to pick between two things. But yeah, I do have the paralysis where I forget very simple words all the time.
But
Not
that's not choice
great.
paralysis.
No.
Yeah.
And I have a great example of this. And I spent 2.5 years-ish without a coffee maker. And
Wow.
yeah, I just made cold brew. Or I bought it. And it's because I couldn't decide which one. I had done a ton of research. I like had picked some of them out, but then I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to quite do it. Or like, that might be too much. That's crazy. I don't need that. And then my mom got me one for Christmas. So I didn't even make the decision.
That's the best.
And I bet you think it's just fine.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
So
Is that irrational? Because I do that too. But not 2 years. But I mean, even with the coffee maker, it took me 6 months to decide on a coffee maker when we started dating.
yeah.
And the
Kara
pour
told me
over
about
wasn't
it.
enough anymore.
I
Drove me
think,
crazy.
I think it is irrational because it's delaying you for a long amount of time to do something. It's not irrational in the sense of people do it or don't do it. It's like what you were talking about in the sense of the irrationality is like the cause of the thing. Is
Like, I went out of my way. I bought cold brew material to make cold brew instead of
So you
buying
didn't
a
have to
coffee maker.
you didn't have to make the decision. Yeah.
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 She made a different decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Or yeah.
That's a really good one.
That is a good one. Yeah. Sometimes people are like, do you want to do X, Y, or Z? And I'm like, I don't know.
You tell me what I want to do.
Yeah.
I like being given options, A or B, and then I'll decide.
When I'm not feeling overwhelmed.
Oh, Grayson, wait. Grayson wants to start a fight? Fight.
Hey, listeners, please come into our, what's the shit called when you get a little podcast cult where they like come into your shit and we give them special stuff?
Patreon?
Yeah. If you want to be a Patreon, you can listen to the fight that's about to happen.
Yeah. Why'd you make that face, Grayson?
Yeah. See, simple words. Gone.
She's the option giver. Not the... I
I
give
do
you
that because
options
that's what I
and
want. I model the behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
What a fight. Patreon, totally worth it.
There have been a couple times where you'll give Kara A or B and she'll say, let me look it up, and then get C or D. Or
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
in there. She'll say your
But
A and
some
D
days-
is
Extremely rarely do I give options and either of those options be the one.
You're just helping narrow things down, Grayson.
insufficient. Thanks for the start. Yeah,
You should have seen my soup buying process.
I did. I was on the couch for some of it.
It was rough.
Kara said, I don't care. She did care. Spoiler
A
alert.
lot.
She did care.
Well, there's part A and part B too. There was the suit outside material and the inside material.
Guess which one I got to choose?
The inside
None.
material.
Zero.
Our.
Save it for the Patreon.
I'll throw a $5 at you later.
My number one top irrational thing that overwhelms me. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is using, it can be, it doesn't specifically have to be this, but using any phone system that I'm not currently attuned to. So right now for me, it's using an iPhone. Somebody hand me the iPhone, say, can you message back? No. Can you get a call? No. Can you get this on the map? No, I cannot. And I will about lose it. There's a 60% chance I'm going to throw this phone out the window out of anger of what's going on right now. And I remember, do you guys remember the day I got my Android? I feel like you might have because I feel like you got irrationally overwhelmed at me for my irrational overwhelm at the time.
Yeah, probably.
I think you took it personally, the fact that I was so overwhelmed by, because Mara had an Android already. I flipped from 10 years of iPhone to Android. And the first night I was like, I've made a terrible mistake. Like, what has happened? I was so annoyed and upset, and then it was fine. But that, like, when you're using a phone that is not familiar anymore, because I was an iPhone user for 10 years, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But oh my God, when I have to go do that, I'm losing it.
I do. That is what's keeping me back from getting an iPhone, is that I know the first month I'll just be angry the whole time.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah.
You know how I know I'm getting old? No. I'm a pretty techie person. I usually don't have problems with new technologies. Early adopter. I pick stuff up. It's easy for me.
Okay.
It's not easy anymore. Like I will do the same thing where I'll pick up a phone, like an Android phone, and just be like, how do I even turn this on? And like playing trombone with it. I got my cheaters out. Like, it's not that bad yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
That's how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Well, career change is always a possibility.
Career change might be an inevitability. That's why I need this podcast to take off.
What's up, Patreons? Just kidding.
All right. My number one irrational thing that overwhelms me is light touches. Like a gentle touch drives me up a fucking wall. Either touch me or don't. Do it hard or don't do it at all. I cannot handle. And Grayson, the poor guy, has been yelled at quite a few times because we'll be like sitting on a bus or a plane or something where like you have to have a shared. I didn't hear what you said.
What'd you say?
I whispered harder.
So we'll be like sharing an armrest or like just because the bus is swaying slightly, like every once in a while, his shirt will like touch the side of my arm and I will fucking lose it. I cannot handle it. Or like if somebody gently touches my hand, I'm like, touch it hard. I can't.
When a hair is caught on your sleeve.
That's what I was just going to say.
And it's drifting in the wind on your arm.
Yes.
My God, that'll drive me nuts.
I have stopped mid-spit for toothbrush to find it.
Well,
the hair,
yes.
I can't.
Yes.
With the hair.
Spit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Especially if it's in your ass crack. Is it in my bra or is it between these fucking cheeks?
The bra,
I don't know.
The bra is the worst because I'm at work and I'm digging in between. You know, I'm like, but I can't stop myself.
You got to get rid of that sensory nightmare. Yeah, I for me, this is very similar, but it has to be repetitive. Like one little is okay, but there have been people who like, I remember a guy in high school, we went to see Little Shop of Horrors, the play, and he put his arm around me, as one does. Mm-hmm. And he was lightly kind of trailing his fingers across my bare shoulder. And I was like, I'm in hell. Number one, I can't focus on I'm too nervous to focus on this play. I, to this day, don't like Little Shop of Horrors. It brings back being in this dark room. That's what I learned. I've already talked about this, but I can't go see media with people on first dates. It's too, it'll just ruin whatever it is. R.I.P. Easy A. But like, he was just going back and forth, and it was too light. And I was like 17, so I didn't know what to say. And yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That was good.
So let's get our list formed.
Light touches.
I think that's everyone agreed
on
that one.
Yeah.
In the sense of
it's not irrational.
It's not irrational. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Everyone here agreed, like the hair.
Yeah.
Everyone agreed. That's not irrational. That's like a sensory. Also, it should have been in your touch thingy, whatever we just did.
No, but because we moved the touch thing.
I think the general population would think that's irrational. I think this crew is
Neurospicy.
yeah.
I don't think that one goes with the other options here.
I liked your other one better.
Yeah, you have a different one that's
Center of attention or walking in the house.
Ooh, I love walking in the. I think walking in the house. Because I do feel like certain people can do that and it's fucking fine.
yeah.
So
I agree.
That one,
Yes,
I love.
I agreed as soon as you said it.
Yeah.
Irrational.
Yeah. Amen.
That would be number.
This is subtle digging at the same time.
I think Excel should be on our top list.
Yeah, because
Hell yeah.
it's just you.
Well, listen, I still get fucking frustrated, but I love her.
More irrational than the iPhone. Because I feel like the iPhone one,
No, it's gotta be the phone.
I know that I'm like, I think a lot of people don't like Excel, but I feel like the phone, because the most irrational part for it for me is the fact that I had one for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's a new system or something
Yeah.
that I've never seen before.
I know
It's
that
like,
part's crazy to hear.
It's the part where like I lose it mentally as soon as I have to get in there.
I think that one belongs on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Excel. iPhones, we hate you more.
No.
Yes.
Different user systems. I did have that issue with like Mac before I understood how Macs worked, and I was only used to using like Windows.
Yeah.
And Grayson only uses Mac, and I'm too lazy to go buy my own laptop, so we just use the same Mac. And I could not. To this day, I can't. I fucking hate that the pad goes the opposite direction. Like you have to swipe up or down, and it's the different.
I turned that off. I also hate that.
Didn't even notice. Still angry about it.
Yeah.
Hear that, Steve Jobs? Fuck you.
Yeah, you could have. I think that. Either my number 3 was social anxiety or the choice paralysis. But
What was the other one?
I think both.
being forced to sit still.
I think all three are good.
I think choice paralysis because
2.5
the part,
years.
the part where you end up just not making a choice for years instead of.
I did that with my car.
Years. And Mara
too.
drinks multiple cups of coffee a day.
Okay, well, I've gotten a lot better, but back in this decision-making time, yeah, it was like 1 to 3-ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so obviously most irrational,
Yeah.
overwhelmed by the door.
I win. Yay.
And then second is,
Yeah, choice paralysis, baby.
yeah, and mine's the least irrational.
Yeah.
Which is the iPhone. Kara loves it.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
If you say it, it's true.
If you have to remind yourself, that is facts. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I hope you've irrationally enjoyed this and not been overwhelmed at all.
About the jumping about.
And the talking over each other today.
We're fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We'll report back on whether anybody says sorry to me when I get an owie.
But I want blood, and I want a consistent
No.
age range, and I want a woman.
It has to, okay, yeah. As far as like to get a good experiment
But
going, you have
clientele.
to have some controls.
The clientele of it is, it'll always be the same thing, maybe in the same type of aisle, but I think you can't control who's there. Like,
But you can control who you fake have an owie in front of.
Yeah, wait till the middle-aged mom comes through, please.
okay.
Yeah,
we'll,
or the abuelas.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Yeah, because I think we have to design an experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm getting irrationally overwhelmed.